to the back of your back and find a way to rub your low back. It's helpful to round your back just a little bit as you do that. And as we do that, let's set up our journey. Put it off or get it done. How to receive beyond your story. There's a big idea that you need to manage your energy. It's not about time management, it's about energy management. People ask questions like, where's my energy at? Without reference to what? Where's my energy at? Well, with respect to what? Getting something done, finishing it, which is kind of the same, starting it, getting somewhere, getting away from somewhere. It's really helpful to name the context, the goal, the outcome, the direction in some way to sort out what's your energy like. But what we're going to look at today, bring your hands in front, light light pat, just in front of your diaphragm. Now, don't hit yourself that hard. What we're doing is waking up the creative aspects of our body. You get on the ground, you get off the ground, you get into bed, you get out of the bed, your core is involved in everything. We often don't think about it. We need core mobility, we need core strength, and we need endurance. So the metaphor there, hopefully, is a little bit obvious. Rub and get a bit into the lower pec muscles. You can, one way to do this, it's really nice, is you press against some bone or some flesh and you move the fascia, and that can feel really nice. For me, I'm feeling like I really want to move up into my collarbones. So find, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go when you follow the sensation, the good sensation, the sensation of, ooh, if I do a little bit more in this direction, it's going to benefit me. Now, I didn't just go on a tangent. That's really important. This is following your energy. This is following your knowing. Some part of you, as you, and your body work together, listening and doing at the same time, you're able to know to a large degree, where do I go to apply some pressure to create some contribution that's going to benefit this experience? That's a great way to get out of procrastination. It's not just finding what's interesting, that's very mind. In this case, it's mind and body. Now, what we're going to do is look at what stops that. Because what you just did was you were able to receive and perceive information from your body in the form of sensation that didn't feel that great. Almost like an invitation of what would feel good next, and then you were able to do it. And practice that later, because first of all, your body will relax, your somatic energy will improve, but your ability to do that with more mental things, abstract things, knowledge work things, leadership things, creative art things, relationship things will improve. Because how you listen to the sensations in your body to find the flow, to find the good, is the same process in more abstract systems. But what stops that is our story. Because one of the functions of story is to stop bad sensations. What sensations have you been wanting to stop or needing to stop? Just a small one. What sensations have you been needing to stop in your work or your life, your relationships? It boils down to good news, bad news in some ways, in some situations. You get bad news. You see something bad happening. A result's not great with something you're doing. You made a mistake. The news is coming in. You just got news. Uh-oh, your system goes. So this uh-oh in our body is going to be some sort of a flinch, a contraction, a resistance. I don't want to feel that. Now do this with your body. As I'm doing this, I'm modeling this. There's ways in which your body overall is saying no, stop, pull away, contract. Now even having your hands participating here is one way to help stop the information. We do that at dinner when we're full. No more. No more incoming. The income isn't okay. In all the ways that income isn't okay. So, what we want to do is acknowledge that the story, the belief, the lie, the excuse, the reason that comes out of our mouth, it's not the problem. It's actually the solution. It's doing its best to help soothe our body and stop the incoming information. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to see it. How do you do that? And where's one area of your life lately that you've been doing that? No judgment, definitely no shame. Don't feel guilty about it unless you want to. But already we've been activating all this area, all these mechanisms in you of stopping the experience that you don't want to have. It doesn't feel good. What do? We tend to find something to self soothe. Now, it could be healthy, like some self touch. You're doing this, right? You're doing this with me. You're finding your version of this. Can you identify one self soothing action or behavior you do that's maybe not so healthy? Could be going for some chocolate, could be going for a drink, could be taking it out on somebody, could be procrastinating. So let's take our arms and our legs a little wide to help us identify the membrane, the boundary that we've got. We've got lots of boundaries in terms of agreements with people or agreements with ourselves that we honor or not. But this boundary is a bit more like a story. The edge at which point news and information can't come in. And because that information can't come in, one of the things that's very difficult to do is the right thing, the correct thing that would address it or respond to it. So we're going to procrastinate, put things off, undo self sabotage. It'd be nice to undo self sabotage, but to undo our efforts or to do some sort of self sabotage. All those terms, all those terms that basically are saying, I'm not going to be in flow. I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to dance. I'm not going to find. Oh, come back to the movement. What in the body needs attention? Needs attention in the form of a little bit of tightness and then a little bit of touch. And then what does that touch say? Does it say, I'm here? Does it say, we've got this? Does it say, you can relax right here? Does it say, oh, dear one, I hear you? What does it say? So self soothing touch, self soothing words start to generate a very special kind of safety, a safety within that expands. And as you expand, and as this boundary expands, you can take in more information. It's safe to look at something, it's safe to pay attention. So as you look around your space, practice and be aware of taking in information. You're looking, but you're receiving. Can you find something when you look at it, gives you a sense of sadness, guilt, shame? I wish I should be doing more. I should have done something different. Not to beat yourself up, but to be with the information. It's not just feel the feeling, it's receive the information. Now, the information can be anything from actually, I did enough then, and I feel bad about myself. Or I did enough then, and I actually feel good about myself, but it's not good to feel good about myself. So the narrative can be a lot of things, but be with something and receive the information, which is also to feel the feelings, which is also to not have a story about it. Without a story about it, I shouldn't, I should, they're bad, this is good, I'm bad, they shouldn't. All the different kind of beliefs that could possibly come out, all the different narratives and excuses that could possibly emerge from that not so nice feeling. Instead, you be with that thing that's giving you some information and giving you some less than great feeling. But just like you did with the fashion, the movement, and the self touch, find a way in your experience to do that with that work, with that past, with that thing, with that information. And you can reorganize your body, chest and shoulders and movement and position to find a way to find an arrangement that actually feels better. Are you doing valuable work right now? Yeah, absolutely. When you reposition and reorganize yourself in relationship to the system that you're in and a part of that allows you to flex and flow with information that you weren't receiving, you are literally adapting and responding and leading all at the same time. And once you got that new position, go back to the self-touch. Is there any part of your body that needs a little bit of touch, connection, a little opening, some fascia, some contraction? You've done good work. Now, if you have some space, some time, without me talking at you and walking you through some experiences, then take a moment to think, is there something to do about that today? And now we can come to the question, where's my energy at with regard to this? What do I want to do with regard to this? Where do I want to take this project? And you can find the concept, the metaphor, the way in which you relate to that that's going to allow for some progress, some completion, some new ideas, some collaboration, some requests for help, whatever needs to happen. That's yours to figure out. And practice that. Be open to that today. Look for ways because this is your purpose. Your purpose is leading yourself, and nobody can do this for you. So whether you're going through a tough time or you just want to up level in some way, practice what we just did today. Open up the way. Do, don't do. But instead of putting things off, be with it. Receive that information because you're going to have so much power when you start to play with the power that's in the system.